Hello again and welcome back to another one, and it was certainly a busy weekend for hip-hop fans and rappers alike, as while Eminem was killing it in Abu Dhabi to a sold-out stadium, we got to hear about his upcoming cameo in Happy Gilmore 2 from Adam Sandler, all while around the same time Eminem set a new hip-hop record for the streaming era of music, and we'll expand on this in a bit. And speaking of busy weekends for rappers, a damning report just hit the web linking Jay-Z to a Diddy case from the early 2000s, and while Jay-Z reacted with lightning speed to these allegations, for many hip-hop fans on social media, the news didn't come as a surprise, as since the Diddy predicament hit, a couple of posts have gone viral talking about Jay-Z for months, and we'll be exploring some of the key details, including reactions from hip-hop media journalists who are also getting blasted right now, and we also got a reaction from 50 Cent, and we got more from the Andrew Schulz versus Kendrick Lamar drama, as Andrew Schulz continues to make jokes aimed at exposing Kendrick Lamar as some hypocrite, and we got to hear from Charlamagne, who shared his thoughts on this clash, and he also warned Kendrick Lamar, so stick around, it is a lot to unpack in this one today. And starting with the latest for Eminem, he continues to set new records in the hip-hop genre. Check it out. Eminem's The Real Slim Shady has now surpassed 2 billion streams on Spotify. He becomes the first rapper in history to have 4 songs reach this milestone. And it had to be said, doing this while he came out before streaming era is so goated, and it is funny because hip-hop media personalities act like they don't see these milestones until they get called out for saying some dumb-ish and they start to move the goalpost. We saw this happen recently with Ice from the Joe Budden podcast, who boldly claimed that no rapper could do a solo stadium tour when the data about Rapture Tour 2019 was readily accessible on the internet. And moving on, we got to hear a brief summary of Eminem's upcoming feature on Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore 2. And remember, Eminem previously appeared on Funny People, so they've got history, and check it out from the Dan Patrick Show.
Can I talk about Eminem having a cameo?
Okay, yes, you can. You know, Eminem was cool. He came by and he was great.
Okay, wait a minute. How do you reach out to Eminem, and what role does he play in Happy Gilmore 2?
I can't tell you all that.
Okay.
I know Eminem for a long time, and he's a great guy, and he came in, was funny as hell, and I think we just hung out a day with Eminem, and he just shot and was insane. Said a million things we can use and a million things that we're glad we have him on tape.
And although the release date is yet to be revealed, Happy Gilmore 2 is reportedly eyeing a July 2025 release date. And moving on, before we get to Jay-Z being accused alongside Diddy of SA and the commotion this has caused, we got more from Andrew Schulz, as after Ice Cube Jr. called him weird for making sexual jokes about Kendrick, he clapped back at Cube Jr. with Google No Vaseline by Ice Cube, and this sparked even more outrage on X. And Andrew Schulz continued, "Everybody got quiet all of a sudden. What happened? Y'all turned the K-bots off? Put them bots back on, guys. I was just getting warmed up." And in the latest episode of The Brilliant Idiots, Andrew Schulz continues to roast Kendrick at every opportunity he gets. For instance, he posted this: "Everyone gets these jokes. Also, Kendrick makes rap for dudes under 5'10". Kendrick fans, make sure to include your height in the comments below. If you don't include, I think we can assume
we know it's not funny. But people have made so many jokes about it throughout our lifetime. I'm not even gonna go to the familiar ones that are about the R. Kellys of the world or even Drake. Let's talk about The Rock on SNL.
For the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child molesting robot.
And everybody thought it was funny, they chuckled. I mean, of course, people also got offended as well.
Hold on, how old's the robot?
It's a good observation.
I'm just saying, if you just made it, it's younger than the kid. Like, the kid is molesting the robot. Like, what are we talking about right now? It's a child molested robot. Like, a child is...
He's not wrong. He's like,
And Andrew Schulz continued his quest to prove that the outrage is driven by hypocrisy on Kendrick's end, since if you recall a few months back, reports hit the web, Kendrick Lamar's comedy with South Park's creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker sets July 2025 release date. Now, these are two white comedians who have also had history of making fun of black women in their comedy, and Andrew Schulz had this to add on the Brilliant Idiots podcast. Check it out.
Do the laws not apply to Kung Fu Kenny? Because they're white comedians making fun of black women.
I mean, I don't really know what's going on. I haven't really...
Yo, what's happening in this world? Apparently, rappers started telling comedians that they need to be more respectful of women.
Okay, let's
something that none of us thought would happen in history. Hold on!
It's not a taboo subject. Like, we shouldn't be shocked that he said it.
Said what?
Where's the line, though, Taylor?
Yo, get the line.
You just want the line of it? What he just said, like, oh, but he could do a show with South Park.
So the guys that created South Park are two white guys, and they've made jokes about black women.
Well, they make jokes about everybody.
Oh, my God. Hold on. What did you say?
Now, they do have a character.
What did you say?
What's the character, the black character? Token. And they do make jokes. Like they did earlier this year, they did do the episode about Lizzo. They do make jokes about everybody. Like, everybody gets it on South Park. And see, that's
you know who you're talking to.
Now, I don't really know what's going on.
Well, if
everybody gets these jokes.
Okay, that I know.
Everybody. Mustard gets it. Mayo gets it. Okay? Duck sauce gets it. Okay? Curry gets it. Curry gets it.
Oh, you talking about the season?
Yeah.
I didn't know you talking about Steph one. Indians? So.
I'm talking about Indians. That's Indians. We're doing it for each group of people. Everybody get these jokes. Like Kendrick got specific laws. Kendrick got to protect women from comedians as long as he's got an album coming out.
I'm just looking for
Kendrick's got to stand up for you ladies.
It's the last verse.
As long as he can profit from it, he got to stand up for you ladies.
Stop it.
Here's my thing. I agree that if you're a comedian, you have the license to make jokes about any and everybody. Since when do we police comedians? And by the way, if you don't like the jokes, you have every right to say it. You can rap about it. You can protest about it. You can be offended. You can tweet about it. You can do all of that. If Andrew was a person who only was constantly making jokes about one group of people, it would be different.
It's like you've seen me make fun of everybody, and not only do I make fun of everybody, I'm going to your house to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like when I made
what do they don't believe about you? What are you saying? Like they don't believe what?
That I'll have sex with Kendrick if he wants that.
Shut the fuck up.
No, he's gonna get sexed up. What he's doing is he's flirting. He's doing. It's called, what are those pickup guys? You say it again because I don't want to say it on this podcast. Okay, yeah. And it's like he's trying to like insult me to make me attracted to him. It's like, yo, it's working and you might get it.
Why do you think he's
You
gay?
might get it. You might get it, pumpkin.
Why you
might get it, pumpkin.
Why are you trying? Two things can be true at the same time. You guys are all entitled to say what you want in regards to being offended or liking.
But you got to deal with the consequences.
But you got to deal with the consequences, which is it turns me on. So that's just what it's gonna be. Is what it's gonna be.
That's why you shouldn't joke with white comedians.
No, don't joke with Andrew.
What type of shit they gonna do?
It's Andrew. I don't think it's all white comedians. It's really just Andrew. It's really all comedians. They're gonna make a joke out of anything.
But that's their job.
That's their exact.
And to be honest, many users on the web are disappointed in Charlamagne right now. Check this out, for instance. I don't expect different from Charlamagne, given he shares a platform with Andrew, who in many ways has eclipsed him anyway. Sad to see the young black girl going along with it, but hey, here we are. And we got more highlights from the podcast, as Charlamagne is also convinced that the outrage is selective because it was aimed at someone like Kendrick. And he brought up Candace Owens as an example. Check it out.
Let's talk about that. If Schulz was clowning on Candace Owens, nobody would care.
Hey.
Nah, that's
facts.
not true. That's not true.
But you know what? I just want to point this out right now.
I don't believe that.
Candace, I would never say anything of you. I'm absolutely terrified if you do not. Candace does not play around.
Candace is Kendrick Lamar.
Candace, you can do nothing. You can do nothing.
Candace Owens.
I am absolutely.
Candace will you up.
Candace.
People up.
Oh my God.
Candace Owens don't play.
That's the only person Kendrick not gonna talk about for sure.
Shit.
Kendrick don't want no smoke with Candace.
Don't try to get the smoke off of you. Yo, come on. You trying to set him up.
Candace, look out for your boy.
And Charlamagne also sent a warning to Kendrick Lamar over his Toronto dates.
All those jokes aside, I don't think that's a good idea. The reason I don't think it's a good idea, because Drake has proven that he is willing to let his white side flourish in ways that we can't even understand. This lawsuit with, not the lawsuit, but the petition that he's filed with UMG proves that. We'll get to that in a second. Okay. I wouldn't go into a country where this guy is so beloved. It ain't got nothing to do with no street. He the type of dude that what I'm seeing now, they'll put stuff in these guys' luggage or some like that, or detain them for some dumb.
You're gonna try to have him stuck over there.
Yes, when you are what you are to a city, like Drake is to Toronto, he's all in with the government. People love him there.
I don't think Kendrick could fill the stadium. That's the concern.
Come on, cut
bugging.
it out.
It's a stadium.
They said Kendrick was a stadium.
He just came out. He's the number 2 highest selling solo rap artist.
And you're missing that he's going to, and he's doing the Super Bowl.
A worldwide stadium tour.
He's doing the Super Bowl. How many more fans do you think he's about to get after
Everybody's
that?
talking at the same time.
I wouldn't go to somebody's country that I've like. Listen, he's wiped his ass with Drake, bro. This wasn't no regular ass kicking, bro. He Drake up.
Drake's reeling.
Yes.
He's reeling.
That is a great word for it.
Yeah, he's reeling.
Fucked Drake up, right?
Yeah.
To the point where Drake is filing these petitions and all of this, which is so wild.
And some Drake fans took issue with Charlamagne's take, so Drake not letting Kendrick be welcomed in his city is letting his white side flourish. But the entire West Coast saying Drake isn't welcome isn't white, but it is called the culture. Got it. Although many are convinced nothing will happen. Drake won't touch Kendrick. But what are your thoughts on this whole thing? And I'd say that so far, the Andrew Schulz versus Kendrick drama is going exactly how we predicted on the first day we covered the story on Whacked Out Murals. And moving on, after a report hit the web that Jay-Z is accused of SAing a 13-year-old girl in a new Diddy lawsuit, for many users on the web, this was a long time coming. For instance, this went viral back in September that it was only a matter of time before Jay-Z gets mentioned, and that day has come, and Jay-Z wasted no time to fire back at the new lawsuit in a lengthy post about how this is a shakedown, and here are some highlights. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a quote lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. And Jay-Z later added, my heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in a costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only a network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids would be laughable. And boy, the internet has been going off. Posts like these went viral. Jay-Z has 2 albums with R. Kelly and a whole tour with him and is close friends with him, Diddy and Harvey Weinstein, but there's suddenly no way he could be a predator because he is married to Beyonce? Laughing my bum off, please be so for real. And since he responded to the allegations with lightning speed, some have expanded. Yo, this is crazy, cause Jay-Z never replies to anything, and he replied to this ish in like 1 minute with a public statement. This dude is guilty, and this gotta be from a Drake fan. Jay-Z doesn't get to cry about his family dealing with the repercussions of him being called a PDF when he literally gave Kendrick a platform to do the same to Drake on national TV. Nah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It is cool till it's you, karma. And since the usual hip-hop media personalities like Ebro, Peter Rosenberg, and Elliot Wilson have all reposted this from Jay-Z, and in Rosenberg's case, he did some damage control for Jay-Z, it sparked takes like Elliot, Rosenberg, and Ebro all quickly reposted that statement and are defending Jay. If this isn't proof that these dweebs are on a payroll and compromised, then I don't know what is, and aimed directly @Rosenberg, a user expanded, quote, "These things are nothing to play with. Y'all spent the whole summer dancing to a PDF anthem, calling someone with not a single accuser a PDF. Now you want to play morality, politics?" And 50 Cent wasted no time. He took to IG to post this. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but are we gonna still have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.